The following contains extremely explicit content and is for mature audiences only. All characters and personalities are used for parody purposes. Dallas is up next, yes.
Dallas!
Fuck did I just see?
I want everyone to drink every time they're uncomfortable, or your childhood is ruined.
Someone filled my glass.
I finished this during the top-notch Tangler rehearsal. Nice! I was like worried. Casey and Caitlin were sitting back here, and I was like, don't look. Not because I'm ashamed, that's why.
I'm looking at porn.
I'm just kidding. It's porn.
It's porn!
I promise.
What else would it be?
I guessed too early, I missed that.
Yeah, I was like, Sam, look at this one line, and she was like, ew. Hi!
Okay, quiet please.
Read it, you wild bitch.
As the book opens and the, what I assume is a ukulele starts to play, a homosexual green-striped sweater pokes out a window. Hi out there, it's me, Steve. Have you seen Blue, my puppy?
And it begins.
There she is! A bunch of kids screamed in response because this was some sort of fresh hell Steve was trapped in. As the door opens, Steve is standing in the middle of what he knows to be the living room, dark circles under his eyes because, surprise, he was up all night chugging 40s and licking cocaine off prostitutes' buttholes again. Words are hard when I'm drinking. Hey kids, the blue slut is missing again. Let's fucking find her so I can go home. By home, I mean masturbate furiously. Steve headed into the kitchen because he knew that's where she always started. Because he's not a complete moron, it didn't take him long to find the bright blue paw print on a can of whipped cream, open and spewing a little on the kitchen table. He wasn't sure why, but his khakis were starting to get just a little bit tighter. He was also growing increasingly frustrated because that stupid dog left paw prints on everything, and you can't just shout that shit out, so it's quite a process. Grabbing the can of whipped cream, he heard a tiny clinking sound coming from the cupboard and walked over to investigate. Opening the cupboard, he saw his old pal, Mr. Salt, just ramming the absolute shit out of Mrs. Pepper.
Yeah!
He knows the premise of this very well.
Say my name, you speckled whore, he screamed. Pulling her lid. Mr. Salt, Mr. Salt, Mr. Salt, she answered, rubbing where a pepper shaker's spicy vagina would be.
I'm getting such a visual.
I'm getting such a bonus.
Steve was surprised at how much his cock throbbed as he watched the tiny glass shakers just destroying each other. He wasn't sure why, but he also thought Mrs. Pepper may have been saying assault.
Puns.
Steve had seen the fucked up kids these two had made, and seeing Mr. Salt's complexion, Steve was sure as shit those kids were Mr. Salt's, but that's their business. Impulsively, Steve took the can of whipped cream directly to the bedroom. Oh, hello, a cum-stained mouth cooed. Steve locked eyes with the side table drawer that resided next to his bed. Her mouth was stained in a sticky, white, clear residue because while Steve rubbed himself raw night after night, she would whisper sweet nothings in his direction. It didn't last long before Steve would plunge his thick member with a green-striped condom, he wasn't a monster, right into the mouth of the drawer. He actually had a tiny bruise that didn't go away right above his dick from the knob of the drawer pounding constantly against his groin. At least he hoped that's why the bruise wasn't going away. Give me that sweet meat, you striped bastard, the drawer beckoned. Not now, whore drawer, he spat. I have to find that stain that stupid fucking dog left in here. I'll give you a hint, Daddy, she moaned. It's inside me. Not entirely disappointed, Steve walked over to the side table drawer and slipped his hand into her opening. You can do better than that, she hissed.
This is all live on TV, right?
Yes.
Steve sent a fist flying into the drawer. He sent a fist flying into the side table drawer. She shrieked, threw up a little, and blacked out just the way he liked it. Inside the drawer, he rifled through used condoms and wadded tissues to find a jar of hot fudge with a bright blue paw print. Really? He asked, irritated at the fact that this could have also been found in the kitchen and that he was not going to be able to open the jar because the paw prints were very wet. And what in the actual fuck came out of that dog's paws?
Oh, Jesus.
Just then, Steve heard that super fucking annoying noise that dog makes and looked out the window. There he saw those idiot siblings, Shovel and Pail, making all sorts of noise. He wasn't sure what they were doing, but he was sure it was sexy. More like wincest, Steve said to himself. The teeth of his zipper furiously trying to hold back his clam hammer. He wasn't usually this hard, and his spam javelin was just itching for a snatch to scratch. Maybe Pail was down for some fun. He learned quickly that Pail was in no mood. Shovel, I told you I'm not loose. I was born with this gaping opening. Whatever, you cum dumpster. You're so deep that my handle just bounces around inside like dropping a pencil in a bucket. I'm telling Mom. Okay, maybe don't, said Steve. Have you bitch sluts seen the dog? She stamped something over there, fuck boy, they said in unison. And the opposite end of the sandbox, Steve saw an overturned container of ice cream melting away in the April sun because where he lived it didn't fucking snow in April. Christ, he said angrily, what the fuck does that dog think she's doing? Whipped cream, hot fudge, and ice cream, what could this mean? Of course, he exclaimed as his gash mallet burst through his pants. Blue wants me to eat an ice cream sundae out of her bearded oyster.
Oh, praise Jesus. Thank you for this. Clearly, thank you.
He ran into the kitchen and threw open the door. There, Blue was doing that thing dogs do when they stretch and presented Steve with a ripe blue front butt. He knew Blue was hankering for that Sunday fun, but Steve had another idea in mind. He was about to punch his ticket to Browntown.
Oh, Lord.
Clues aren't the only blue things you've given me today, Steve said, rubbing his balls. He threw his kidney scraper right into the caboose and went to town on Blue harder than his brother Joe did on slippery soap in the shower. Being filled to the brim all day didn't take long for Steve to explode inside man's best whore. Blue let out an orgasm of and she laid shivering on the floor. Clean yourself up, bitch, he said, pulling his pants up. Then he turned to the camera. And thanks for watching me fuck a dog, you bunch of fucked up mouth breathers.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna go home and hug my dogs.
What happened to mailbox?
Jan!
I took out the mailbox part.
I can only go so
in my head like Steve felt something took like his asshole. It's mail time, bitch, mailbox said.
It never fails.
That's
That was great.